a lot of time on LinkedIn, what I see is people just have one sort of template of writing a message and then they give out the resume. It may or may not be even relevant for the profile which they are looking for. So it doesn't work.
Hi everyone. Today we have a very special guest, Naman, who is an electronics and electrical engineer from BITS Hyderabad. He graduated in 2017 and currently he's working as a deep learning engineer at Geo. Among all the branches of engineering, electronics is known to be the most challenging, even though CS gets its own hype. But so tell us, summarize the 4 years of engineering that you spent in BITS.
I was very curious to know that, okay, how can I make robots see? How can I make robots perceive their environment? And that's how I slowly started to, get involved in computer vision based projects. So yeah, it was fun. It was exciting. I did a lot of exploration in my 4 years. I think the best thing about the undergraduate years of 4 years is you get ample time to experiment and explore.
So, for somebody, who's interested in the electronics and the hardware design of it, any particular electives in college that would probably, help them do better in the selection process?
For robotics per se, the most important courses would be the ones which are revolving around digital electronics and microcontrollers. But overall, in general, for electronics domain, there are 3-4 courses. I mean, one is analog electronics. One of the most toughest but interesting courses in electronics domain. So analog electronics revolves all around, how to build systems with transistors, CMOS in general, etc. So that is electronics part. Then there is this digital electronics. Then there would be a combination of analog and digital electronics. That is also one course. And finally, as I said, microcontrollers, because microcontrollers would cover a range of topics from hardware interfaces to the software part. So that becomes very interesting in general.
So, Naman, you also did an interesting internship at Texas Instruments. So, tell us about maybe 3 takeaways from there.
So it was very interesting because, for a transistor, basic transistor, we know only 4 to 5 parameters which would affect the characterization and the behavior of an entire transistor. But when I went to TI, I was a part of the team called Spice Modeling Labs, or Analog Technology Division. So there I just saw the entire simulation pipeline, etc. There were hundreds of parameters which were being tuned to characterize a transistor. So they had built several tools, entirely, and these tools were written in Python and all sort of such technologies basically.
Touching upon that, if there is a 4th year, 3rd year engineering graduate who is going to intern at these kind of startups and SMEs which are into, let's say, computer vision, IoT, robotics, that area, what are probably 2 or 3 things you would advise them to better prepare themselves before they step into the office?
Yes. So nowadays, this was not a prevalent exercise a few years ago, but now I would strongly suggest that if you can build a basic product, for example, face detection or an object detection kind of a project. But nowadays it's a habit that, okay, I build a project and then I post it on GitHub. But that is not sufficient. Okay, if you can host it on AWS, if you can build a small website out of it that, okay, I'm uploading an image, then my model is detecting all the objects present in an image, then I'm showing some kind of an output. If you can do that entire end-to-end, it is a very simple pipeline, but for a student, it might be a great learning curve. So if you can do that entire pipeline, post it on cloud, showcase it to an interviewer live, like when you are doing an interview. If you just say that, okay, I am uploading this image, these are the objects present in your image. So that is going to enhance your chances
So, Naman, right after BITS, I mean, the first job that you were doing was in high-tech robotic systems. Tell us about, again, the recruitment process a bit, and what kind of projects did you do, and what were, the most interesting ones?
I had a senior working at high-tech robotics, and I was looking, as I said, I was looking for core domain knowledge in image processing space. I wasn't interested in a pure data science role at that point of time, fresh out of college. So I contacted my seniors. I got a referral. Then I started the interviewing process, and all my projects at Grey Orange, which I had done during the internship, came in very handy because I was asked exactly about what algorithms I used, why did I use that particular algorithm, etc. And I was able to answer all of them correctly. And as a fresh guy out of college, and at that point of time, of course, there was not a lot of deep learning going on. Around 2016, 2017, it was just image processing plus machine learning. So at that point of time, I think I was suited for that role, and I got the go ahead. About my projects, I was a part of the ADAS group. So what ADAS means is Advanced Driving Assistance System. So if you think about Tesla, it is level 5 ADAS systems, which means that these Teslas can drive themselves. No need for any human intervention. But with ADAS, it's all about assisting the driver so that they make lesser mistakes. So my product was called Driver State Monitoring System, where this system is installed in a truck. It continuously monitors the driver, and if he falls asleep, we raise an alarm.
Right now, since you're doing deep learning at Geo, and with a lot of partnerships that they've had with Microsoft and Google, there definitely must be a lot of interesting projects coming, in Reliance Geo. So tell us about what you actually do, and what's like the work culture, and what is it like to work in Geo?
We had several other interesting projects. There was automatic number plate recognition. Then there are smart parking systems. For a campus like Reliance Corporate Park, there are so many 25 gates. So all of them getting our systems, that's the big thing in itself. Apart from them, I also handle a lot of video analytics for Geo Cinema, GeoTV, etc.
If let's say you're from BITS, obviously you have the alumni referral network and all that. It just makes it very easy. Wo junior hai, ye senior hai, it's easy to connect. And I'm sure with the individual, I mean, BITS again, just being 4 campuses, it's still easier. With ITs, there's more diversity again. But at the same time, it's easier to do that connect. When it comes to other colleges, how should they approach you? Or let's say on LinkedIn. What is it that would remove that tier 1 criteria and make them as let's say top notch and cream de la cream like the others?
I don't expect that everyone would have such credentials, but basically when I first spoke about building an application and deploying them, it just takes 1 week to build a simple application and deploy them, everything for free. So I think if students can do that much and they ping me or any other person and say that, okay, I have built this project and I am interested to work on this a little bit more. Can I work with you? No one will say no. But if someone is just giving you the resume and say that, and a lot of time on LinkedIn, what I see is people just have one sort of template of writing a message and then they give out the resume. It may or may not be even relevant for the profile which they are looking for. So it doesn't work. I mean, people would understand that, okay, it's not a serious candidate.